Okay, this is the start of the butter making process, which was just heavy cream with the paddle attachment, and I put it, honestly, it's like sitting between 2 and 4, and it's just kind of staying there. So I didn't know if it would stay there at like 3, but it is, which is perfect because as soon as I put it to 4, it starts splashing a lot. But at 2, it seemed to not do very much, and I do see it getting thicker. So we'll just wait a few more minutes and see what she does. Okay, it has been 16 minutes. So I went ahead and switched out my paddle attachment for the whisk attachment. The reason I started with the paddle was so that I wouldn't splash as much and lose as much product. But now that it's a little bit thicker, the whisk is on 3, almost on 4, and it's not splashing at all. Let's see, I'm going to try to turn it up to 4. Okay, that's pretty perfect. It's on 4 and it's not splashing at all. So I'll keep it there for a few more minutes and we'll come back in a few. All right, we're at 21 minutes, which probably seems like forever, but I would rather do it this way and not have a humongous mess everywhere. So I'm gonna go ahead and bump it up to 6 and see what she does. And it looks like it's thick enough. It's not splashing very much at all. A couple little drops here and there, but I can deal with that. Okay, so 24 minutes in, and if I was making whipped cream, then I would just stop right here because it is nice and creamy looking, which means it is just about to break. So it should be soon. And I think I'm going to go ahead and bump it up to 8 because it shouldn't fly anywhere now. Maybe even 10. We're getting there, folks. We're getting there. All right, we are at 31 minutes, and it is starting to spit at me because it is almost butter, so I'm going to turn it down a little bit. Just want to see if it's still spitting at me. I don't think it is. So I just turned it down 1 notch. I did go with my spatula every once in a while and just kind of scrape the side while it was going. Really, you know, obviously carefully so I didn't hit anything, and then I would just tap it down into there. And it is really starting to spit, so I'm going to turn it down even more because we almost have butter. I mean, we pretty much do. It's just not separated all the way from the buttermilk yet. Okay, it was getting really splashy. As you can see, the buttermilk like against the side there. You can hear it sloshing. That's when you know. When you hear that sloshing sound, that's when you know, oh, baby, you got milk. Whoop! I mean butter and buttermilk. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Awesome. And you can hear my motor starting to slow down. I do have a refurbished KitchenAid, so it's not the most amazing thing in the world, but it works. Okay, so now we are going to take this out and look at that. I'll show you what we're going to do next. Okay, so now we are just going to take all of the butter out. It feels so awesome. And so what I'm showing you is I used 1.5, almost 1.5 of the big containers of heavy whipping cream from Costco. And each one costs about $3.79 or something like that. So this is about $5 worth of cream. And if I had a, like a local farm where I could buy this from, I'd be doing that. But I don't. And my husband hasn't bought me Macau yet. So once we get on that, I'll show you how to make this from fresh cream. But so there you have your butter, but in the bowl is still like a lot of little pieces. So I'm going to put that all together and then just squeeze, squeeze, squeeze until I get all of this buttermilk out. Okay, so I've got all of the butter out pretty much. This humongous ball. And then, oh man, I don't know if I can, my hands are so slippery. Okay, let me show you the buttermilk, how much I have in here. A lot of buttermilk. So now what I'm gonna do is bring this over to a bowl of cold water, and I'm going to rinse all of the rest of the buttermilk out of it, which I squeezed it out pretty well. And then I'm going to dry it off and add some salt, which not everyone adds salt to theirs, but I do like a nice salted butter. Okay, I'm gonna add some Redmond's sea salt, because that is the best. And then I'm just gonna squish it together, mix it all together, and then put in some parchment paper. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to change this to ounces, and then actually I'm going to use this paper and just put it right on here. Let's see what we got. 23.9 ounces, which is 1 pound and 7.9 ounces. Not bad, not bad. So now I'll just wrap this up, put it in my refrigerator, and then I have a bunch of buttermilk that I can use for pancakes in the morning.